one of the gifts that I do have, I know, is of dreams and visions. Hey, y'all, hey. And so I had one last month, and I'm feeling led to share it now. And while I was still processing what I witnessed in my dream or my vision, and at one point it got to be just a little bit too much. And so I ended up waking myself up. But as time progressed and I had time to really sit back and think about it, what I think it is, or it was at one point in time, I used to be a tree. And I was actually told that by a shaman once. And when he told me that, I wasn't in a space where I was ready to receive that information, because I'm thinking with my human mind, I'm like, ain't no way I was a tree. This man's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, that's really what I thought, for real. I'm not even gonna lie. And then as time progressed, I'm like, oh, I see what it means. So, and there was an actual dream where I was a tree. And I'll save you the details, but it was kind of funny because I had walked up on this policewoman, and I told her I had on a mask, and I knew that my mask was starting to fall. And I remember looking at my nails, and they had like this brown glitter on my nails. Go figure. That's a whole message, and I'm not even going to talk about that dream. But the dream that I had last month, actually, just check it out. Today is June 1st at 2:02 a.m. I don't know what this was. I don't know if it was a dream. I don't know. Vision. So I guess we'll call it a vision. It didn't feel like either one. It felt like it felt like I had stood in the mirror, and when I looked at my reflection, now mind you, I didn't see my face. When I looked in the mirror, my eyes had glowed, and immediately it looked like I turned into a tree, and my nose, it looked like it grew into like a witch nose. Like it was long and pointy. I saw an Indian man again. It was like just a silhouette. And then I saw like all this sacred geometry print, as if to tell me that I am protected, I am okay. This notification from Trees and Design popped up while I was editing the video. You'll see why in a minute. But it was like, I remember seeing the still shot of this tree, and this tree had a face on it. Y'all, when I tell you I teared up, I'm like, what's happening? I don't even know why I'm crying looking at this tree. As I was editing the video, I was reminded about the time that I heard in my clairaudience, it was like a Caucasian man yelled to me, "Hot Lief," and it was particularly spelled as Lief, and I just didn't know what that meant. But I documented it somewhere. I can't even find it. But then later, when I was looking at Maleficent, the second one, there was a character in there, and he was a tree, and he was talking, and his name was Lief, and it was spelled the same way. See, that's confirmation. So it was spelled the same way, Lief, and he was upset. So in my mind, it's like my spirit guides were saying that he was hot. meaning he was upset. And then on top of that, it was like in the closed caption, it said that Lief, this tall tree, had grunted. Yesterday, I saw on the back of a sign, it said GRUNT TV. Like, y'all, what?
Report back to me at nightfall. We will keep searching until we find them. Please don't raise your roots at me, Lief. Crushing humans with branches is not going to help. Theobald was supposed to be on my side.
But then again, sometimes it takes me a while to process things, sometimes not so much. But it's like I realize I used to be a tree. I used to be a tree. And it was recognizing this face in the tree and missing that network, missing that home. But after the shaman told me what he told me, like I said, I wasn't ready to receive that information. Like I said, I thought homie was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for real. But there was a time where I was in between sleep state and wake state. So that liminal space, that sweet spot right in the middle. And I heard chanting of who I believe to be African women, a group of African women. They were just chanting and I could hear it. And then they kind of faded off in the distance. But as they faded off, I heard just one elder and she was just singing. And that lasted maybe for about a minute. And she just kind of gradually faded into the into the background. And then I heard it was a young boy, and I heard him laugh, and then he had shut the door. And then I heard a woman and a man, and I can't quite remember what all was happening with them, but I do remember him saying that he was big day around this mother blank. And then he shut the door. And in that moment, I felt like I was a tree. And I'm like, I can't even tell you how I knew that, how I felt that, why I felt that, but that's what I felt. And then I questioned, was I just like one tree? Or could I have been 3 different trees? Because I know that there is this wood wide web, this network that's underground. So could it have been that I tapped into like 3 different trees? Could it have just been one tree just throughout generations? I mean, I don't know. How beautiful. And what I'm really discovering is when I have these dreams, I am simply remembering. I'm remembering lives of past. I'm remembering things that were written in my contract. I'm remembering things that have yet to happen. It's so beautiful. We live multiple lifetimes. And when we go to sleep, when we dream, we're remembering what's encoded or what was encoded in our DNA. Y'all, I can't make this up. So I just want to share because it might help somebody. And not only that, but maybe they will be able to open up and speak their truth and their remembrance. So in the meantime, as usual and as always and as usual, be happy and remember to find joy in your journey. I love you, and until next time.